Hello and a warm welcome to one and all present over here. This is Rohit Naik from BTech second year at IIT Patna along with my fellow batchmates Sumit Kumar, Mantaran Singh, Rahul Dhiman, Ruchir Mohan Devraj and Udit Sethi, and our group number is 26. For the assigned project of data science, we were given the data set of retail price containing more than 1 million data in which we have to perform different tasks respectively, which consist of explaining data sets, data processing and cleaning, data visualization, data statistics, followed by hypothesis testing. Our dataset contains information about different commodities consisting of edible and non-edible products like fruit, vegetable, clothes, etc. according to the state and their central market in the different cities Mumbai, Pune, Bangalore, etc. And the respective columns which containing different varieties, units, their categories, date and the retail price according to the market center. To complete the steps for analysis of given data set, we have to use different tools consisting of different libraries like pandas, numpy, seaborn, states models, etc. along with the heat and line graph. Panda provide highly optimized performance with the back and source code, while the NumPy help to perform a wide variety of mathematical operations on array. Seaborn is a library for making statistical graphics in Python. It builds on the top of Matplotlib and integrate closely with Panda data structure. Seaborn help us to explore and understand your data. Now let's have a look on the steps that we followed in the pre-processing and cleaning. Some of the theoretical points that we should always keep in mind while cleaning and pre-processing that the raw data should be refined well before analysis and cleaning should be done properly. Now Sumit will continue from here.
Myself Sumit Kumar. Now these are the steps that we follow in project. First we calculate the percentage of null values in each columns and we found that there are only three columns where there which contain the null values which were commodity and variety and retail price. Okay, in the data set we also found that in the one column only food was written, therefore we dropped that column. After that we dropped the duplicate rows using the code show here. After doing this, one of very important step of filling null values comes. Here we fill the columns of commodity and variety using the mode function within the respective columns. Here we found that rice will be filled in the null values of commodity and FAQ for variety. We then took the median function among a particular commodity to fill the null values of retail price of that the particular commodity. This concludes the data cleaning and pre-processing part.
Thank you, Sumit. Hello everyone, myself Ruchir Mohan Devraj. Today I am going to introduce what is data visualization, its importance and its representation. Data visualization is a method of presenting data or information visually. It is used to communicate data clearly and effectively to readers. It can be visualized via diagram, graph, chart, or can be done through map. The libraries which we use in the project for plotting the matplotlib, pyplot and seaborn. Now let's have a look on heat map. It's a map representing null values in all columns before the cleaning. The white lines in the map represent the null values and remaining black part shows that they have values in it. Also, here is the bar graph for every retail price of commodities before cleaning. In this, we have declared a variable df underscore pytot to make a table including columns as commodities and values as retail price. Also the commodities like apple, arhar, atta, etc. and their respective retail price. Now we have declared a new variable named bin underscore values and its starting point, stopping point, step. We have included all the commodity values in a set named A. Now we have plotted the bar graph retail price versus commodities. Commodities on the x-axis and retail price on the y-axis. As you can see from the graph, retail price is maximum for coffee and minimum for biscuit. Similarly, here is the line graph for the same data. Now in this we have merged both the line graph and the bar graph. Now after cleaning, the heat map is for every null value in all columns. The line graph between retail price and commodities is shown here. Now after merging both the line graph and the bar graph, the graph will be shown like this. Now Udit will
Thank you, Ruchir, for data visualization. For now, I am Udit E93 presenting some facts and figures before and after cleaning and pre-processing of data. The libraries that we use is import statistics. As we can see from the slides, the mean of the retail prices before cleaning is 83.85 and after cleaning is 82.56. Similarly, the median before cleaning is 36 and after cleaning is 35. As the bar graph shows, the highest retail price of the unit measurement of the commodity is of coffee. The lowest retail price of the unit measurement of the commodity is of salt. Commodity whose retail price changed the least since 2001 for edible item is salt packet and non-edible item it is bathing soap. Similarly, the commodity whose retail price changed the most in edible item is cumin seeds and for non-edible item is chappal. Now passing over to my group mate for hypothesis testing.
I am Mantaran Singh 2001mm21 and I'll tell you what steps we carried out in hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing helps us in predicting statistically that the given statement is true or false. Here we used SkyPy and Stats models in our library. The two hypotheses are null and alternative hypothesis. If the null hypothesis is rejected, then alternative hypothesis will prevail and vice versa. We will consider two types of test, t-test and z-test. So first of all, we'll talk about the t-test. T-test is the test used when the number of sample is less than 30. As the number of sample increases, t will approach to z. Here we have also specified the critical values of t-test. Now we take an example of t-test for commodity of onion. So here is the code. Here in the input line of 21 gives the specified state, commodity, unit and the retail price on which we have to do t-test. Mean we found from the dataset is 10.3. In the line 23 gives the code of t-test where the mu we took was 10. And then the code is tested for the input and gave the output that the null hypothesis is accepted with test statistic 1.
I am Rahul Dhiman. Now I will talk about Z-test that we carried out in our project. It tests the mean of the distribution of which population variance is already known. It has single critical value which makes it more convenient and easy to use. As the sample counts increases, the samples are considered to be approximately normally distributed. Now we will take an example of Z-test for milk. Input line 17 gives the specified data on which we have to perform Z-test. We found mean from the data equal to 42.83 and tested on mu equals to 40. After applying Z-test, we found that null hypothesis was rejected and alternate hypothesis was accepted, and with the statistic equal to 0.00048.
So till now we have discussed about how we do data analysis, data cleaning, visualization and hypothesis testing, etc. using different type of tools and tests such as Z-test and T-test. Now we will look forward to different type of machine learning models. So let's have a look on what is a machine learning model. Now you have trained the model. Once you train the model, you can use it to reason over data that it hasn't seen before and make prediction about those data. For example, a set of data, let's say X, is related to set of data Y, and whenever one input is from X, model will automatically give us data from Y respectively. In our presentation, we had used two type of models. The first one is K nearest neighbor, KNN, and the second one is decision tree. So KNN, which is nearest neighbor, K nearest neighbor, is one of the simplest machine learning algorithm based on supervised learning techniques. So what exactly it do is it is assume the similarity between the new case and the available case and put the new case into the category that is most similar to the available categories. And the second one is decision tree. Decision tree is a supervised learning technique that can be used for both classification and regression problems, but mostly it preferred to solve the classification problems. Basically, it is a tree structure classifier where internal nodes represent the feature of a data set branches represent the decision rule and each leaf node represent the outcome. Now Ruchir will continue.
Thank you, Rohit. Now, we have imported train test split, decision tree classifiers, k-neighbor classifiers, etc. from sklearn library. sklearn library contains simple and efficient tools like these. For predictive data analysis, it is the most useful and robust library for work machine learning in Python. It is an open source package that offers functionality supporting supervised and unsupervised learning. sklearn library sklearn.metric we used to implement several loss, score, and utility function to measure classification performance. Accuracy score used for calculating accuracy of count of correct prediction in Python scikit-learn. Similarly, train test split used to split dataset into train and test set to know how model functions. Decision tree classifier used to train data to create rules that can be represented by the structure. K-neighbor classifier is used to solve classification and regression problems. Now Sumit will continue.
Thank you, Ruchir. Now I will explain the code we used. First of all, we will encode all of strings to integer using the code show here using label encoder, which is function of sklearn. Now all the strings that we use in the various columns are encoded to string. After encoding the strings, we will extract the unique columns quantities of commodity columns from the encode show below. Okay, now code the k neighbor being from here. Here we have tried to predict the retail price of various commodities. We have used from loop here, so it will cover all set of commodities one by one. We have then splitted data set into test set and try set in 20% and 80% respectively. Now we have fitted the data in k-neighbor classifier, which will do predict work. Now Mantaran will continue.
Thank you, Sumit. So after predicting the retail price, we have also printed the accuracy score and confusion matrix. Then we have also printed three types of errors, which are mean absolute error, mean square error, and root mean square error that we got while predicting. Shown output is of commodity encoded as 45. The accuracy we got from this particular matrix is 73%, and also the various error while predicting the price are also shown in this slide. Now the same stuff we followed for tree decision, or I would say decision tree classifier, so that we can make comparisons in the two different ways of prediction. Now Rahul will continue.
Thank you, Mantaran. This slide shows the output that we get using the decision tree algorithm for the commodity, which was encoded as 45. It showed the accuracy of 77.6% for that particular commodity. Same as before, it also showed three errors that we have mentioned earlier. The most important and the basic requirement of this project is to analyze the dataset and make predictions. From our analysis, we found that predicting from decision tree algorithm can give more accurate and efficient predictions. Also, for further predictions, we can create graphs and take help of it. The prediction that was made by k-neighbor showed us the accuracy from 49 to 80%, and the prediction that was made by decision tree showed us the accuracy of 55 to 86%. Now handing over to Udit to conclude our project.
Thank you, Rahul. Now I will conclude our project here. The basic conclusion, or we can say summary of the project that was given to us is: the first and second step that we followed were data collection and data cleaning. Then certain graphs were shown by us to make the data set more clear. After that, hypothesis testing was done by us. Then at last prediction was carried by us using two machine learning models, that k-neighbor and discussion tree, which give us different dimensions of looking and predicting the data set. So this was the end of our 4th semester data science project. At last, I would like to conclude our professors and TAs for helping us and guiding us through the project. Thank you.